Hello viewers and subscribers, thank you again for watching another one of my videos. As per the last video, this one is the sequel to the previous video that I did about the expert advisor that I created. But I know many people, especially new traders, don't know what an expert advisor is. So I decided that for this video I want to delve deeper into what's an expert advisor, the pros and cons of using a good expert advisor, the cost of a good expert advisor, where you can get one to purchase, are they reliable, are they profitable, and lastly, the difference between the average expert advisor and the one that I created, the V75 Pro. Albeit that for the most part I'll be talking about expert advisors in general, I will highlight the contrasting differences and similarities between the average EA and V75 Pro. Alright, but before we get any further into the video, please ensure you hit that like and subscribe button. As you know, that is the protein to my muscles as a small YouTube channel. Alright.
Breaking news, a local forex trader has just blown his 6th account this month, but says he's just one trade away from making it all back.
We need to discuss what an expert advisor is. As per the definition on Google, you can see that it's a software that does trading for you automatically based on the predefined trading condition that you and or the developer designed it for it to follow. Alright, so to dumb it down, the term expert advisor is the fancy phrase for a robot that trades forex. So for the sake of erasing any confusion, throughout this video and other videos of course, you might hear me say expert advisor, EA, robot, bot, and or software. They all mean the same thing. The words are interchangeable. Alright? So we need to understand the positive and negative impacts of automated trading. But right off the bat, you can already guess many good reasons why it's such a good idea to have, especially since we're seeing it play out in our everyday life. By that I mean, you see an increase in productivity. We see businesses like actively try to replace human interventions with robots, and for good reasons. For the business, I mean. In terms of forex trading, the software can watch multiple trades simultaneously. Some robots are designed to trade specific assets or a group of assets, like for example the USD pairs, or they can trade a whole bunch of different assets. And of course, the more assets that a software trades, the more trading the trading activity increases, thus making more money. I mean, like for example, take a look at V75 Pro. That thing trades a whopping 59 assets. 59. And that's because and because of that, trades are always open. like continuously. There is never a time when a trade is not open while using that software. All right. Now, do you think any human can effectively and efficiently watch 59? You know what? I'm not even gonna say 59. Let me break it down a little bit. Let's say 20. Do you think any human can effectively and efficiently watch 20 charts all at the same time without missing any trading opportunities? Of course not. Alright, so that's the first positive thing about using a robot to trade. The second benefit is that there's no emotions involved. I don't know how many of you are aware of this fact, but of the 98% of traders that loses money in forex, 95% of that 95% of that total blows their account because they let their emotions get the better of them.
Damn. Ah. Everybody gotta have a dream.
Let me put it in a different way so you can understand. Of the 1,000 people that fail forex trading, 950 of that lot allow their emotions to cloud their judgment and make poor decisions one way or the other. So, right, so of course, using a robot with no emotions involved, regardless of what the market is doing or what the market is showing, the software is going to do what it's designed to do. Alright, so the third positive of using expert advisor is basically consistency. As a human, it eventually gets tiresome and boring to do the same thing over and over again. So we'd eventually deviate from our own rules, and that can often lead to massive losses. Of course, software follows predefined instructions, so it maintains that consistency over a long period of time. Right? So that was number 3. All right. So number 4 is practically basic needs. A robot does not need to sleep or needs a bathroom break. So basically, it can maintain a constant watch of the chart 24/7, or in the case of regular forex expert advisors, 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. And lastly, there are a lot more benefit, but this is the last one, and personally it's my favorite one of them all, so I saved it for last. Passive income. Using a robot to trade is another form of passive income, which means the software is using your money to make more money for you. So it's like your money is making money for you, like, you know that phrase that let your money work for you. Yeah, that's basically it. So this basically gives you more time to sleep, go to gym, or enjoy life on a whole. So yeah, so those are the 5 positive impacts of using expert advisors, or the 5 good things. The cons, on the other hand, first of all, you basically need an active VPS in order for the software to run 24/7, or as long as it needs to, right? That's if you don't have any problem leaving your PC on, all day, all week. However, if you choose that route, I'm pretty pretty sure your electricity supplier would be pleased to meet you. Alright, so keep that in mind. The second thing is the fact that there is little to no flexibility because the software only follows rules that are outlined in its coding. There is no flexibility to combat the spontaneous movements of the forex market, which is another key difference with V75 Pro compared to other expert advisors. Oh wait, you know what? Let me take that back. Let me rephrase that a bit. Spontaneous movements are another key difference between regular forex pairs and synthetic indices. So while the former can demonstrate unpredictable, erratic, impulsive movements, the latter does not. This in itself gives V75 Pro an edge over other expert advisors. Alright, so that's what I meant. So those are the negative impacts that I could have think of so far. So as you can see from that list, the benefit far outweigh the the negative. The cost of a good expert advisor. Now, this can range from a few $100s to a couple of thousands. There are a lot of driving factors behind the cost, of course, but just like any other product, we can assume that the quality is one of, if not the main factor. And by quality, I meant the features, the user interface, the design, and most importantly, the performance of the software. So because the developers are confident that you will make your money back, they'll hike the price. Because as you know, quality sells, or at least it should. Looking at you, iPhone. As it regards to V75 Pro though, I'm planning on taking a different route when monetizing my expert advisor. As in the previous video, I explained that there are two versions of the software, the fixed lot and the auto lot version. As promised, I will talk about each individually in upcoming videos, but for the guys that don't know what I'm talking about, I'll leave a link at the top of the video and in the description that will take you to the previous video that briefly explains the two versions. Alright, but anyways, as of right now, what I intend to do with each version is that after creating the license system, the fixed lot version will be free to download with a 25% commission of what the software makes for you within a 30-day period, starting from the day you authenticate your account. So for example, if you were to authenticate your account on the 15th of July, so around the 15th, because there are months with 31 days and 28 days or sometimes 29, your commission due date would normally falls around anywhere from the 14th to around the 16th of every month, so somewhere there about. So alright, so anyways, the auto lot version anyway, on the other hand, will cost a one-time fee of $200, and then from there on it's a 20 rather than the 25, it's a 20% commission of what the software makes within that 30 days. All right, and guys, let me know in the comments, in the comment section, if you think this is reasonable or not. The suggestion box is always open to new ideas and input. Also, before you come at me, it's best you watch the previous video to get an idea of what the past performance of V75 Pro is like. Alright, so it's always best to, you know, educate yourself before commenting on a certain topic. Where you can get an expert advisor to purchase. Robots are sold all over the internet, but because there are a lot of scammers online, to minimize the risk of being scammed, I would highly recommend that you choose to purchase your software from a reputable source. This means that it's one of the well-known merchant websites, such as like m2l5.com or forexstores.com. Forex store, singular, forexstore.com. Alright, if not, then it should be straight from the developer's website, like for example ValerieTrading.com, fxautomator.com, and leapfx.com. There are a lot more websites out there, but these are just some of the websites that I discovered a few years back when I was a new trader and took an interest in automated trading, because I was struggling with maintaining my discipline at that time. So of course I was blowing accounts from left to right until I realized that I was the problem. But that's a topic for another day. Alright? We're not talking about my accounts that I've blown many years ago. Are expert advisors reliable, and are they profitable? In my personal opinion, it's a yes and a no for me.
I beg your pardon?
What I mean is, the answer is subjective. Remember earlier I explained that these robots or these software have their own rules that they follow, which means some expert advisors may work while some don't. In addition to that, it is rumored that if after a few years or so, the forex market tends to change so much to the point where an expert advisor could lose its profitability. Another rumor to take heed to is the fact that forex brokers, especially prop firms, would blacklist your robot if it's making too much money, especially if they have reasons to believe that your software is using unfair methods to get an edge. Alright, so taking these potential blockades in mind, I've decided I'll have a limit of 25 licenses for each version of the software. This means that for each client, they can have up to 2 licenses. Alright, one of each version of V75 Pro, Even though there have like millions of clients, I want to protect the longevity of the software. So I want to stay under their radar and not have too many people using the software. And if I'm being completely honest, I think 25,000 is a bit too much. Cause that's gonna be like a total of what 50,000 license in total. All right, so 25 subscribers and each get 2 license. So yeah, 50,000 license. But anyways, that's the number. Those are the numbers I'm working with at the moment. Bear in mind, they could change in the future. But not to worry though. Despite the limited space, people who subscribe to my YouTube channel will have a higher chance of securing their spot. That's because before I go mainstream and start promoting my software across various social medias, my audience on YouTube will be the first to know when it becomes available. Even if all the seats are taken, if you're a subscriber, I'll make room to squeeze you in as I thank you for helping my channel grow. So make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. Alright?
At 4 o'clock every day, I wake up and I go for a 5 kilometer run.
Now, lastly, the difference between V75 Pro and other expert advisors. In all honesty, if not if not all of the benefits of using V75 Pro stem from its capability of trading synthetic indices rather than regular forex pairs. Alright, so number one is the fact that the software trades 24/7. The average EA trades 5 days a week, not including US holidays. Right? Plus, most EAs have a defined time frame of when they are allowed to trade. For example, in the London session, where the market is most volatile. Alright, and number two, being able to trade I cannot say this enough. Being able to trade 59 assets. Most EAs are designed to trade like one or a few specified assets. I've seen expert advisor being able to trade up 39 forex pairs, but none that can trade almost 60 different assets. Bear in mind that 59 could change in the future, as there is constantly like developing more synthetic indices, because in the beginning a few years ago they only had a handful of indices, and now they have close to 100 if not more. So with that in mind, I'm pretty sure they're going to release a few more synthetic indices in the future. Alright. The third thing is the fact that it's completely unaffected by news. As I explained, synthetic indices are not affected by worldly events. So yeah. Number 4, there are 2 versions instead of 1. Most expert advisor has a built-in option to change the position sizing from auto to fixed. But the thing is, with this, you are only getting one software and you have to choose which position sizing you want. So you cannot utilize so basically you cannot utilize the benefits that comes with using both position sizing, whether it be fixed lot or it be a auto lot, because each has their benefits, each has their pros, and each has their cons. All right. So number 5 is the explosive growth rate. Because of the number of assets, plus the fact that each asset is very rewarding, it makes the software very lucrative with explosive growth. Speaking from the premise of the test results on the demo account that I showed you in the previous video, I'm gonna see if I can include them in this video. Anyways, using the Autolot version with a starting balance of like 5,600 or more, you can literally double your account within 30 days.
I said, wait a minute, wait a minute. Wait, first of all, you're not gonna speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
That means with a balance of, like, say for example, for argument's sake, $6,000 or more, you can double your account within any given 30-day period. Not many expert advisor has that capability, and I'm not trying to sell you a dream. I literally watched it do it multiple times, no joke. All right. So moving on, the 6th difference is the fact that the expert advisor, as in V75 Pro, will cover losses very quickly. Using the recommended risk percentage of 5%, you recover any significant losses within 1 to 3 business days. Albeit that the software rarely loses, it only takes losses once in a while despite trading so many assets. That is remarkable. However, when it loses 5% of the account balance because of one asset, the gains from the other assets, however, quickly recover that loss. This is speaking, and bear in mind though, here's the thing, this is speaking from the perspective of using the fixed lot version. The auto lot version, on the other hand, that's a different kind of beast, like different. And well, I'm not gonna get into that right now. I'll do that in another video at a later date. So please ensure you don't miss that video and other future content. So please ensure you hit that subscribe button, as I would greatly appreciate it. And stay tuned with me as I continue to post more videos about V75 Pro. I'll keep you up to date on the progress of the license system. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try create another demo account where the software can trade, and each week I'll do like a review of the test results, so you can see up until when I've create the license system, when the license system is ready and the website is ready and all that. All right, so you guys will be there with me step by step. All right, so until then, keep trading, and thank you again for tuning in.